Welcome to Deep Dive with Dr. D. The entire goal of this podcast is to help you see that you have it within you to do amazing things. Welcome to Deep Dive with Dr. D. Glad you're with us. And I say every guest is a special guest and everyone I'm excited for, but I am certainly excited to have Tatum Pine on with me. And she is kind of my conduit because I know her brother really well. He was a student at Central and I got to know him. Got to know you, and really the Pine family. They're known, Kevin Pine. Mm-hmm. If you're in the wrestling world, you know the Pines. I mean, that's what I've learned in the Pacific Northwest, probably even more so. So that's who we have today. And here's the only question that I don't give my guest pre-interview. So introduce yourself to the people. Maybe thinking about people that are going to listen to this and they don't know you. Who are you?
Who am I? That's a loaded question. My name is Tatum Pine. I am currently living here in Ellensburg High School. I am
Well, you're living in Ellensburg, probably not at the high school.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Ellensburg. Yeah.
People might get confused. We are a small town.
High school. Yeah, that'd probably get me in trouble, actually. Yeah. I am the head coach for the girls wrestling team at the high school.
First year, right?
Second year.
Yeah,
last year was our first year.
And first female coach?
Yes. We just started the girls wrestling team last year.
Okay.
And so this is our second year having it.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so then it started at the middle school a couple years ago, and I was able to be part of that first year as well.
Oh. Started at the middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Before the high school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
1 year before.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you live in Ellensburg. You coach the girls wrestling team at the high school. What else do you do?
I'm a student full-time at Central, a PE and health education major.
Yeah.
I'm a personal trainer as well.
You are. You know my neighbor.
Yeah. Sharon?
No, you know Sharon too?
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure Sharon lives on this road.
How do you know Sharon? Oh, because she goes to the gym.
A trainer.
And Russell, she works. Kara, what's her name?
Kara.
Yeah.
Yeah, they live right next. Yep.
Yeah.
You know Kara.
Yeah. I know of her. I mean, we said hi once or twice. Yeah.
Yeah, she's cool.
Okay. So those are the things you do. You're going to earn your degree. Those are the things that maybe pay the bills, I'm assuming, because you're a trainer. What else?
Well, raised in Vegas, moved around a bunch of times.
You were in Aberdeen though too, right?
I was in Aberdeen. Yep, I got my associates from Grays Harbor College.
Okay. Yeah.
So I lived there for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Josh went there too?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. And you know, Katrina was raised, you ready? Cosmopolis.
And Causey, wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's just Aberdeen, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Her parents lived in the same house for 40-something years before they moved. They live here in Ellensburg now. Yeah.
I didn't even know that Causey was like a town itself.
Yeah, it is.
I just thought it was
the suburbs of Aberdeen.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So you earned your associates from Grays Harbor?
Yes.
Yep. Went to high school?
In Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And of course, everyone thinks of Vegas. They think of Vegas, but there's a whole city. It's huge, massive.
I wasn't living on the strip.
No. That's good.
Yeah, but grew up there, grew up in Las Vegas, and then I've moved several times since then.
What brought you to Ellensburg?
Well, I was living on the west side, and it's pretty gloomy over there, and I got my associates, and I was just working, and I was pretty bored.
Where were you working?
Well, do you know where Elma is?
Yeah, I know where Elma is.
I was living in essentially Elma,
outside
of Elma, actually, and then I was commuting to Olympia every day for work.
Okay.
As a screen printer.
Oh.
So I was like making like shirts and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Don't know how I did that, but I was doing that for a bit, and then was super bored out of my mind and wanted to change and wanted to get...
Well, yeah, you were living in Elma?
Yeah, well, I was living in Porter, which is outside of Elma. And then Josh and Kateri were moving to Ellensburg, and Josh had me come visit Central to come like take
check
a
it out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I came here and I was like, I'm not moving here. This is country, small town.
Okay, you were living in Porter. Elma. Go on.
But I was like, there's no way I'm moving here. And I just kind of would come out, hang out with him. And then I was just, well, I'm not doing anything else. So I'll just move to Ellensburg because it's easy to find housing out here.
Yeah.
So I just decided one day, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll move there, whatever.
Okay.
And then
how long has that been?
That was almost 2.5 years ago now.
Yeah.
And I remember moving here and signing a 3-month lease because 6 months was too much of a commitment for me.
Wow.
Because I was like, if I don't like it, I'm going to move.
Wow.
And so I made sure to find a short lease.
Okay.
It said 3 months.
Are you still at the same place?
No, I moved from that place. But
you signed a 1-year lease now?
I just did. And it was a big commitment.
Yeah. Okay. And so we met you the first time at one of our student dinners, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You came here.
No, I think that we were at a restaurant.
Oh, we were at a restaurant?
I believe so. I remember Josh invited me out to come hang out with you guys, and we were at the place Cornerstone.
You're kidding.
Nope.
Okay.
And then
I remember. I do remember. I remember where we sat. Yes.
And then we went to that comedy show at Central afterwards because you had an extra ticket and you were like,
yeah,
going.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so fun.
Yeah. God, the comedy. Was it funny? Was he good? He or she?
Yeah, I think
it was fair.
I think he was funny.
Yeah. Oh, I remember.
Having some giggles, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Homecoming. It was Homecoming, I think. Mm. Yeah. Super cool.
Oh,
okay.
That was my first time meeting you.
So that's a couple of years ago.
Yep.
Because Josh has graduated.
Yeah.
And so I'm assuming, Josh, your older brother.
Yes.
Yeah. It's been not even a year.
Yeah, he graduated in June.
Yeah. Wow. April. And they're in Tri-Cities.
Mm-hmm.
Got a baby.
With a little baby.
First time being an aunt?
Yep.
Oh, you're going to be a great aunt.
Oh, thank you. I've already established that I'm the cool aunt.
Yeah.
Teaching her young, too.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Super cool. Okay, so I've met your mom and your dad.
Yep. You came to the baby shower.
I did. Baby shower?
Not the baby shower. The gender reveal. Weren't you there?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I think I also met him at graduation.
Probably.
Yeah. Your dad's a legend. I mean, I've done some reading about him and just talking about your guys' family as a wrestling family and he's still wrestling. Still competing.
I know. He just keeps going.
Good for him.
I know. If your body's healthy, use it.
What's your end game with your degree and Ellensburg and...
I'm still figuring that out. I've always loved coaching, and it's always been the idea that I want to coach at the collegiate level. Oh. To do that, I need that piece of paper, that bachelor's. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that is one thing, but I understand that life has a funny way of working itself out, and whatever your plan is, it typically strays from it. Mm. So I'm getting my degree, and I'll see where it takes me after that.
Okay. So you've got at least a year left.
Yes.
Year and a half, maybe. Year and a half. Okay. But you're liking coaching at the high school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you met my son? You may not meet him unless you... In passing, yeah.
And
you
I know
gotta
that
mess
I've
with
seen him at the high school because I've seen so many pictures of him. I feel like I know him.
His office is right off of the Commons. Right there in the main hallway, right by the basketball where you probably wrestled.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to mess with him now.
Okay.
Tyler Douglas.
Tyler.
Yeah. You got to mess with him in some way.
I saw him probably maybe a month or so ago. Mm-hmm. I saw him and I was like, I know who this guy is, but I couldn't place it.
Yeah. That's him. You want to do a question?
Sure.
Okay. Well, thank you for the cool introduction.
Yeah, that's kind of a loaded question.
This one, interviewing you, it's, I'd like to get Josh on here so you're, but I'm getting to know the Pine family at a deeper level through this interview with you because you guys, it's just super interesting and cool. I love Josh. In my time teaching at Central, we've done this thing with having kids over for dinner and I remember him and Damani being in my, I think it was intro to business class. They always sat by each other and Josh was always highly engaged in the classroom. I'm like, I want to get to know him. So we got to know him through the dinner and super good guy. And you are amazing. Just the little bit that I've gotten to know you. So this is why I'm really excited for this. Let's do a question. This will be great. You come from a well-known wrestling family, and now you're coaching the girls' wrestling team at Ellensburg High School. What has it been like stepping into that leadership role so early? Because we're talking about age, and I know you think you're old because you're 24. But what does that mean to you?
Yeah. I have a lot of really great role models. So, yeah, coming from a family that has experience in the sport and then tons of experience coaching at every single level.
All levels.
Yeah, it's really great because I have, a lot of role models to look up to.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, I think I've always been like a leader in the room. When I was in high school, I was team captain my junior and senior year, so and I was in a room
for wrestling.
Yeah, and then I was in a room full of little high school boys, so I kind of just knew that I had to speak loud, be clear, hold my head up high, and so I feel like I started essentially like leading and doing that stuff really early on, which luckily it's kind of a natural inclination for me because I love to do that stuff. And then I just kind of, even while I was an athlete, I knew that when I would help my teammates and watch them succeed, I got a lot of satisfaction out of seeing them do really well. So I just always knew that I wanted to coach because I love seeing other people, excel and do well. It makes me really happy. Yeah, so starting to like actually coach, like on paper, being listed like as coach or head
You're on
coach.
The website. You're there.
I'm official.
Yeah.
It just kind of feels like a natural next step.
Yeah.
It feels like I've been doing it for so long. But it's definitely interesting being a head coach now. It's very different than just running a practice room. There's a lot that goes into it. So you kind of put on your different caps, you know. So it's a lot of fun, and there's been plenty of times where I've called my dad and either, said sorry for being a butthole all those years, being a young teenage girl and giving him so much slack, and then asking for support and advice because it's things that he has gone through. And so I feel very lucky to have a family that has this background. Even Josh, and like, and Kateri, like having support from all angles and things that they can relate on and give support on. I feel very lucky. Gosh, I'm so blessed.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
So you've been raised in this environment.
Pretty much.
So when you say, because there's some good books, and I'm trying to see if I can pull it out, but there's a really good book on talent and how we develop talent, and is it natural or is it environmental or is it structural? And my belief that it's not natural, that it is more environmental, the environment you were raised in, the opportunities you had access to over others, right, and all of that. And so you come from, your dad has wrestled his whole life, right, and then your brother, and then you. Any others?
My uncles on my dad's side.
Oh yeah,
all of them, and then all the boy cousins.
Oh wow, lots of wrestling.
It's just a family thing.
So when you say it comes naturally, it in some ways naturally because that's all you've been exposed to.
Yeah.
What makes you Coach Tatum? How would one of your athletes describe you?
Oh, that's a tough one. How would my athletes describe me? I want to know. Well, this year, okay. We started the program last year, and these 2 seasons have been polar opposites. Last year, first year of wrestling, I had majority seniors on the team, and so you're dealing with, 18-year-olds. This year I have freshmen, sophomores on the team. So the way that you go about it is very different because you have to acknowledge who am I working with, what is getting through to them. The way that you talk to an 18-year-old is going to be different than a 14-year-old. So Yeah.
Are you tough?
Definitely.
Would they describe you as tough?
On them?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Caring?
Yes.
Easy to talk to?
Yes.
Okay.
I know that because they will talk to me about anything. Sometimes I have to, tell them.
Yeah.
Some
coaches have, and I've seen different coaching styles. Some coaches don't allow that. Yeah. They have that strict boundary. Like, we're here to wrestle. We're here to do this. No fault, but you'll listen and you'll hear from them. Yeah.
When you're working with young girls, the way that they respond, it's not like boys. Like, if you try to coach boys and girls the same, it's not going to work out for you. Mm-hmm. And you've
coached boys.
During the summer, I was coaching freestyle, so I got to work with a lot of like the boys, like the high school boys and some middle school, and I've been in those rooms, and they respond to things very differently. You tell them, if you yell at them...
You might not answer this because this is live and some of your athletes might hear you, but what would you prefer, boys or girls?
Girls.
Okay.
I'm an advocate for growing girls' sports, and I can see the positive benefits that it puts on these young girls to be in a sport that is so physically demanding, where they are pushing themselves harder than they ever thought that they could, and you're teaching them how to do that. That's not something that just comes. You have to teach hard work to a point. And so it's not even about like the wrestling, I guess. It's about developing young female athletes, because if you can develop like in my instance, like a female athlete, you're setting them up to have success in most areas of their life. And so they think that I'm definitely tough on them. But also, coming from somebody who has collegiate wrestling experience, hard work is different at that level than what it is at the high school level.
What percentage of the girls do you think want to really do wrestling for life?
I have a bunch of freshmen this year, and I know that a lot of them are very interested in continuing on to wrestle. So it's about teaching them how to work hard through the wins and the losses, to keep their head up, and to be coachable. That's the biggest one, is teaching these young athletes to be coachable, so that way when I can push them out the door and have them wrestle collegiately, they can be, strong athletes and excel in anything. I was actually just telling a few of them the other day that they need to go, and after high school they need to go wrestle collegiately, come back so I can have some workout partners. So I was telling them that they need to be doing that. Yeah. So that way I have some gain. So I can get some workout partners.
I had the opportunity to be the faculty affiliate. You're reminding me of this with the Central softball team. Cool. And so I was attached to the team for 6 years, and I'm also a huge proponent of female sports. In fact, Katrina and I go to the Central basketball games and watch the girls and then leave. Yeah. And I'm not like a hit on the boys, but like they need the support. We kind of joke like the band's always at the boys, but never at the girls. The band was at the second half of the girls this last game. It was exciting. But I saw that same thing with softball. Like, you see these disparities between male and female sports, and I think it's garbage. Yeah. So I appreciate hearing that you're an advocate for the girls' sports, and that's very much needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that we all definitely help each other. Yeah.
Good.
Especially in this area, it's still such a small sport, but everywhere else in the valley, like, we're in the toughest district in Washington. We have some of the top schools in the state and our district itself.
Central Washington?
Yeah, like in like Toppenish, like in the valley and everything. Like Toppenish, Othello, like top programs.
Wow.
And then we're just growing
starting
our program.
Out. Good. Yeah. Good. Yeah. And I'm assuming you have support from the administration, obviously. Yeah. Good.
I feel very lucky, like, to have my first head coaching position be in a place that does have a lot of support from all angles. It's really cool.
Good. Ooh. This one I want you to think about for you.
Okay.
Okay. Wrestling is a demanding sport that builds discipline, confidence, and resilience. We were talking about that for you as a coach. That's what you're wanting to teach the girls. But I want you to think about this for you. What lessons from wrestling have shaped who you are off the mat?
Probably shaped a lot about me. Yeah, learning how to hold your head up high in any situation.
Mm.
Sometimes in like wrestling, maybe you are, a world team member who, you're trying to get your shot to go to the Olympics this year, and I'm about to walk on the mat with you. You know what? That is tough. That is a tough match. And I have to be able to hold my head up high and go out there and wrestle and compete and do the best that I possibly can without letting those thoughts of doubt and fear and everything get to me, which is hard to do. And it took a number of years to learn that. But to change that mindset of, okay, I'm about to wrestle this person who, is a phenomenal athlete. My chances of winning are slim, but what can I do? How much a fight can I put up? Or maybe I can catch this person. So everybody is beatable. And what can I do to make you remember this match? Like things like that, where you controlling your mindset, and just holding your head up high. Because if you walk into a room with your shoulders slouched down and your chin is down, that's not walking with a bunch of confidence. Even if you don't know what you're doing, hold your head up high, shoulders back, and almost fake it till you make it. But just, I think that's been a really big one. Because even I've been in tons of situations where I don't know what I'm doing, but I just, all right, well, I can get through anything.
Figure it out.
Yeah. If I don't know what I'm doing, ask a question, figure it out. If it's not that kind of situation, just, do your best and whatever it is. And respect, showing respect even in situations that, you'd rather go throw a fit about. You can't do that in the real world, and wrestling definitely teaches that. You need to shake your opponent's hand, shake a coach's hand, even if you don't think it's fair. So I think that's really been a big one. I think that just learning how to present yourself. I
think the one, like showing up. I'm hearing you say show up, but not just show up. Show up in every way I can. Like if you're talking about going against an opponent, and this is in life too, if you're applying for a job and that person has all the experience and all the skills, well, I can show up anyway, and I can put my best effort, and I can at least say to the people that, hey, I was here and I tried. And I love what you talk about, and I talk to students about this on campus, about networking and being in places. There's one of my favorite quotes is, if you want to get in the game, go to where the game's being played. You don't have to have it all figured out. Yeah. I mean, you're 24 and I'm 58. I don't have it all figured out. I still don't. I hope I never do. I've always said, it was when I became Dr. D, it's when I graduated my bachelor's, or I have these achievements, whatever they are. I never want to be done growing, adapting, learning. And that's what I'm hearing from you, right? And to know that you're coaching young girls with that mindset. Oh, respect. That's a tough one, in that I hear people say, well, you got to show me respect before I'm going to give you respect. I'm like, no, whoa, pause. No, I show respect always. I've had some students who, the vast majority, I want to start with this. The vast majority of students I work with are phenomenal, amazing. Like your brother, you're a student now, like that. Are there some students who are less than respectful, and maybe I get emails and I go, oh my gosh, but you know what? I always respond in a respectful manner. Yeah. Because how can I expect if I'm the old guy in the room and I'm saying you need to be a good human and all that, I've got to model that behavior. Yeah. And that's what I'm hearing you talk about. Yeah. I'm guessing that's happened for you a time or two along the way.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, and it's fun, like with coaching. I feel like I learn, like, I grow a lot through coaching and like through doing all these things. No, I love that. But to being a student of life, you're never done learning. You're always
Mm-hmm.
learning and adapting and
Mm-hmm.
learning, you do something wrong, maybe you're not respectful. All right, change it for the next time.
Yeah.
Apologize and move
Yeah.
on and try to be better. Yeah, no, I think that wrestling really creates a lot of uh, these characteristics that you don't really think about. And I know, especially coaching such a young group this year, that's pretty much what we've been working on all season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, respect was a big one at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And now I get compliments from other coaches
Mm-hmm.
and refs
Mm-hmm.
saying how, great my girls are, like in that regard, and how
Mm-hmm.
respectful they are,
Mm-hmm.
and how just a great group of girls they are. And to me, I'm like very proud of it because it did take us a little bit to get there.
And I'm making a wild guess that you relay that to the team.
Yeah,
And that builds confidence.
definitely.
Like, oh wow. And I'm guessing some of these young girls, it's hard for them in certain situations. Any young person, especially if you're not being shown respect, to hear you need to show respect anyway. Our default is, like, sometimes my default is like, screw you. But what you're saying is, no, we show up in a
Yeah.
positive way anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really hard for young kids because if they're not being modeled that in different areas, and
Mm-hmm.
now all of a sudden they have somebody being like, you can't talk to somebody like that. It's like, what do you?
Yeah.
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 So, but it's cool seeing those adjustments,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes me really proud of them. And yeah, I definitely try to let them know.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm like, harping at them a little bit, I always try to come back and be like,
Mm-hmm.
these are the things that we're doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of you guys. And so that way they just know that
Yeah.
somebody has their back through it. Like somebody is seeing the work that they are putting in because it's not easy. Yeah.
Good. You've kind of answered some of this. We got 2 more questions left, then we're getting close to wrapping this up. This has been really good. I think it's a really good message for young people. I hope young people listen to this. Do they listen to podcasts? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But I
hope so.
think the message is a really strong one actually for everyone. Because I was thinking about, I'm making a guess that some of your athletes go home to some situation. I think of my son and the work he does, and he says, he knows some of his kids are going home to less than desirable situations. And we're in a time in society, and I say this, that I'm sorry, kids, we're not showing you, the adults in the room in a lot of cases are not showing you how to be a leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
How to be kind to each other, how to talk respectfully, right? And I would gather that this happens in homes for some kids, so that you're that person. I remember Mr. Burmeister, my 7th grade math teacher, and you read my book, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was chaos. I remember him. Why? Because he always showed me kindness and respect.
Yeah.
Some of these girls are going to remember you for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
And that's a powerful, powerful thing.
Yeah. I hope so.
Okay, you bring a lot of passion and energy into what you do. No, backing up. As a coach working with young athletes, what do you hope your wrestlers gain from the sport beyond wins and losses? You've talked a little bit about this, but talk some more, because I think it's a good message.
If you have a healthy body, use it.
Oh.
We can take it for granted having, being healthy and able-bodied. Not everybody has that luxury. If you have a body and you are capable of pushing it and being able to get stronger, do it. It is cool to be able to do push-ups and pull-ups. Anytime I have the girls do that stuff, I do it right there with them. When they're doing sprints, 90% of the time I'm doing it with them. To let them know that those things aren't like a punishment or something that is like the hardest thing ever. It's an expectation. So even when I had like my seniors last year graduate, I was like, it's an expectation that you guys can still do 10 push-ups next year. Like, stay active. That's a really big one. Having gratitude for your body and the
Where does that come
capabilities.
from for you as a human, as a person?
My last year of wrestling in college, um, something shifted. It was actually one of my brother's friends was put into a position where we didn't know if his body was, going to be able to recover. He was just kind of in a bad situation and didn't know where his health was going to be at. And I remember my brother telling me that the morning of a tournament, being like, "Hey, this is what happened to so and so. Like, we don't know what's going to happen." He ended up being okay and fully recovered and whatnot. Something like in that moment just flipped. And after that, that was my best season of wrestling because every match that day, I was like, I am so grateful that my body is strong and capable. And I'm so grateful that I have my brother and my sister-in-law and my dad and like all of my friends here to support me. And it was like just that tournament just shifted. And then I just went out and I, instead of, being so nervous for my matches and, wins and losses, it was just like, I'm alive. I'm capable. My body is healthy. I'm going to go wrestle. And then I just kept that in my head.
So being grateful to have the ability to use your body in positive ways, to be healthy, to get healthy. That's a really, really good message. It's one of my core life beliefs is, waking up every day that I wake up. I'm grateful for that. That I can move my feet. I'm grateful for that. You made me think of a motivational speaker I used to listen to years ago. His name was Bob Moad, and he had old VHS videos. We used to watch them. Anyway, you can find some of his stuff on YouTube. And he would just he would give examples of world-class athletes who were paraplegics, who were confined to a wheelchair, but they didn't let it stop them, right? But so for someone who has full physical mobility, to be grateful for that.
Yeah.
To be grateful that you wake up and you can do the things you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really easy just to take it for granted. And especially when you're a kid, you don't think anything.
Invincible.
Yeah. It's like, it's you and your life. And it's like this egocentric life. I see it. Yeah. Every day. But to remember that, it's, I don't know. And I'm being so active just in my own life and with like, personal training and whatnot, to do 10 push-ups, that's an expectation to me, like especially for young females. Like I'm not going to give you a high five for it. I think that it's an expectation and you should be strong. And maybe like the world has told us that we don't need to,
right? But
in my head, that's bare minimum and you should be able to do it. I'm a little bit nicer just because I am working with little girls,
but I think it's good to kind of teach that mindset that, if you're just doing the basic things, do you need to be rewarded for that?
Yeah.
I mean, you get to do that. That's where I'm hearing you're talking about. You get to do this. How great of an opportunity to be able to do these things. Yeah. It's not a guilting thing. I'm not hearing that. No. I really think that's cool.
Thank you. Something that my dad pushes is wrestling. The most important thing is having fun, and that is I brought that into coaching, and I have to remind the girls, and it's not always fun, and sometimes they're like they'll roll their eyes, but all the girls, and I remind them all the time, I'm not forcing you to be at practice. You are choosing to do that. Like maybe you have family that's forcing you. I know most of their families, but they're not. Like they are choosing to show up. And so you're doing it because you do enjoy doing it. And you need to remember that. It's not, oh, I have to compete or I have to do this. It's I get to. And that's so cool. Like you're in a sport that you're like hanging out with like your best friends like every day. Yeah. And okay, maybe I'm having a bad day, so now I'm just going to practice a bit harder. Sure. And it's this energy release, and it's really cool. And then all the holding your head up high, learning how to be respectful. Okay, you just got thumped on. You still need to stand up and shake her hand and go shake the coach's hand, and you cannot throw a tantrum on the mat. Learning to come off the mat, and even when you're off the mat, you cannot be throwing a tantrum. You can, and you if you just got thumped on, you got to come off and you got to cheer for your next teammate who's wrestling.
Yes.
Learning how to do that. We do lots of cheering. I make them.
Yeah, good.
Do all of that just because it makes a difference when you have people in your corner cheering for you. And they all know what that feels like now. And it helps them grow together too.
And that will extend right into their lives like it has with you, with Josh, like with your dad. Being, if I use the term, a good human in the world.
Yeah.
You made me think of my grandson, Alark. He plays football, and I think he'll be in his 3rd year, but he's just really good on the field. Like, he's our more shy, kind of quiet grandson, but you put pads on him and a helmet, and he's just phenomenal. Well, he struggled with defeat. And his team would start losing, and then I remember one game, he just gave up. And his mom and his dad, Tyler, and I pulled him aside, and I just had a talk. I'm like, grandson, your team needs you. You know, you're not always going to win. And just having that conversation with him, and he had so much progress, not just because of that talk with me, but because of coaching. His coaches were great. But people saying to him, the young people, that you got to be there for your people. It's not always wins and losses like the question says. In fact, that's a small part of it. It's great to win, but sometimes it's better to lose, right? You find out who your team is. Yeah. So that's really cool.
How old is he?
Alark is 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm like, when kids are that age, it's just. And I mean 10, and then he's like, what, that's like middle school, and then getting up into like high school, they really only have like this one view. So it's up to the coaches and the parents and like everybody else around to teach them, you know, how to be a good person. And so sometimes there's, you know, that frustration because you're like, just be a good person.
What does that mean?
So you have to teach those things. And I really hope that for my girls, it's about what are the things that are going to be taken away. And remember, wrestling season's long. Coaching it's tough, right? There's a lot of energy that you're putting in, and it's tough a lot of the time. But I remember last season just being like, you know, like sometimes you get a little bit like that, like imposter syndrome. Like, am I doing a good job, right? And then just talking to the parents and then having them give me some like insight of just, you know, they never thought that their daughters would have the amount of confidence that they did, or they've never stuck with something this long, or they've never like had a space where they feel they can continue to show up, and that is like, okay, like I'm doing something right, right? So,
that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. Okay, we have one more question for you before the final closing questions. You doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You bring a lot of passion and energy into what you do. What motivates you to keep showing up for your athletes, especially on hard days?
Yeah, wow. What motivates me? Them.
Yeah.
I can have a bunch of 14-year-olds, you know, beginning of the season, we were, you know, crying every day at practice. It's hard. They're pushing themselves and they want to give up and they're just crying. Everybody's crying. But they are still showing up. They make it a priority. You know, their parents make it a priority. And they show me that they are working as hard as they can. It's like what they know hard work to be, right? And if they can do that, so can I.
Yeah.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah, I've told them that they inspire me. I actually just wrestled in a tournament a couple weeks ago.
You did? Wow.
I haven't competed in years. I mean, stopped college wrestling in 21. So about 5 years. It's 26. Yeah. So four years. just because I wanted to do it.
Okay.
You know, like to push myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I did it. I went 2-2, so it was exhausting. It's a tough sport.
Mm-hmm.
But I just told them, I was like, you guys inspire me. You guys work hard. You guys put the time in. It's not easy, especially because they're so young and they're wrestling against girls who are seniors, right? Who are physically stronger and who know more wrestling. But they still go out there and they still wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
If they can do it, so can I.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it is them.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's probably all them.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling has taught me to show up and
Mm-hmm.
do my best with everything that I do. But it's them that they're the ones showing up. They're the ones, you know, expecting me to show up, to be a good person, to be a good coach,
Mm-hmm.
to coach them to the best of my ability. So yeah, they inspire me.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No, it's not. And it's, different realm, but my work I do on campus teaching and advising and mentoring, there's sometimes where the bureaucracy can get annoying. Maybe that one student can be frustrating. But I always keep at my core, everything I do is for the students, right? Because I see, well, I know he'll watch this. Your brother. Look at him go. That's what it's about. I remember him calling me not so long ago and saying, I got the job. And I think he had called me from his office. I don't remember if it was from his office, but he's like, I think he called me Dr. D. I don't know if he's ever called me David. He's like, Dr. D, I have a work truck and a laptop and a phone. I'm like, good for you. That's what gives me goosebumps. You know, Zach, who's been graduated for a long time, he lives in Tacoma, my hometown, and he's got 2 kids now, and he'll send me a message. Yeah, that's right. He the struggle. He's like, well, I need to sell my tickets. I can't go to the game because of my family. That's what keeps me going. You know, that's the powerful stuff, and I'm hearing that same thing from you because it's not always easy. It's not easy being a coach. I'm sitting here listening to you when you say, you've got, I don't know how many girls are on your team and, first part of the year and they're all crying. I'd be like, shut it down, I'm out. But you don't. Your presence is a powerful presence for those girls. And that's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. We're nearing the end. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
What's a message of encouragement? Now think that someone might listen to this on a day when they're in this space. What's a message of encouragement you would give to a young person who's trying to find their confidence or their place?
In anything?
Yeah.
Oof. Trying to find your confidence or your place. We all are. When it comes to confidence, hold your head up high with anything that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll turn into something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know what you're doing, like I feel like I'm still figuring out what steps I'm doing, why, everything. Any step is better than no step.
Oh, yeah.
And so putting yourself in different situations and positions, it can be scary, but you just do it. And then from there, you figure something out. You figure out, oh, I don't like that. Or, oh, I don't want to do this again. Or you're like, okay, well, then this position put me in contact with this person who opened up my eyes. Right? I mean, just us meeting was because Josh was like, oh, come out to dinner. And then, I feel very grateful for meeting you and the support that you've given me, like living here. And so finding confidence and finding your place, just take steps because you're going to go somewhere. You're going to figure it out along the way and just hold your head up high with everything that you're doing. If you don't
I've heard you say that several times during our talk is, hold your head up.
Yeah.
Be confident. Maybe even when you're not feeling confident, but put yourself out there, try things. And that's half my life. Like, we were talking before we started, like, I'm still trying to figure this out. Half of the accomplishments I've accomplished, I had no idea no idea what I was doing or where it was going to end up. And I love that you talk about that thing about when we put ourselves, when we take a risk and we put ourselves in situations, that situation might not work out, but we meet someone and we end up down this whole other path. And it's because we're like, okay, I'm going to suit up and show up. I'm going to see what happens. Not really sure. That's a good, strong message. So I want to ask you, this isn't in here, and then we're going to close this up. Who are your people? Who do you lean on?
Oh, my family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh is a big one.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful to have such an awesome big brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a really good person. Him and Kateria, and like seeing them, the family that they're building.
Mm-hmm.
I look up to them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I try to let them know that because I'm so proud of everything that they've done and the growth they've done together. And growing up with that as a role model is really amazing.
Mm-hmm.
My dad is huge, so I call him all the time just for like support, especially when it comes to coaching. But even if I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing, just have some support. And his philosophy is something that I bring into my life. And Josh is the same way too, of like, be a good person and like taking risks and putting yourself out there and do what makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, that's what life's about, is, being happy and being there for your family. And yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I lean on my family quite a bit.
I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah.
Who's someone outside of your family that maybe you lean on? Maybe you can't get a hold of your brother. You can't get a hold of your dad.
I have some really amazing friends. Some of my best friends, they don't live in Washington at all. But calling them, I think that there's different people in my life that I'll talk to for different reasonings. I have like one of my friends, Camilla in Utah. She's a great person to talk to about just like dealing with like emotions. If I'm feeling like just like really overwhelmed, she has like this really just great way about her, just like kind of just bringing me back down to earth, and so I feel I have different friends who, for different reasons.
I think that's pretty. I think it's pretty common. I ask that because I strongly believe in, and I preach and teach about having a strong circle of influence. The 4 or 5 people that you are able to communicate with and talk with about the different aspects of your life. And you're the product of that, really. Your family is really that circle of influence, that you're the product of your dad. If he's listening to this, like, I've only talked to this guy once, but like, I'm in awe and really like, I wish I would have had a dad like him, right? Your brother, I'm going to shake off the emotion, but your brother's just what you described.
Yeah.
Like him and Kateri just rolling by so we can meet Olivia, right? Just for a moment. And he, as he turned to walk away, he turned at me and winked at me, and that was that message of, look at me, not in a pompous way, but I'm so proud. And we said her name a couple times, but Kateri's a force in and of herself.
Oh, I know.
She's fucking badass. Like, she's so cool. And it takes a minute to get to know her, she's a little, but like, wow. But your circle of influence in life is so important. And that evolves and changes along the way. But yeah, so good. Yeah, okay, we're going to wrap this up. You ready?
Yes.
What's a question you've always wanted to ask me? And to preface this, you just read my book and I looked and you sent me a really nice message. Anyway, so we'll see what happens here.
The first time that I met you, Josh gave me like a little, he was like, he's very outgoing. All right.
Oh,
I don't know the exact
you got the Dr. D warning.
Yeah.
I know my friends do this with me. Go on.
And like, as soon as I met you, you're just like this beacon of light. You're just very positive and just like, you just were very welcoming. Here I am, just this, one of your students' little sister just coming. and you just, yeah, you're very welcoming. And how do you, I guess, because anytime I've sat down with you, it's always the same. You know, you have this very like radiant energy. How do you like maintain that? How do you? I think you touched on it earlier about, you know, when you wake up, you kind of tell yourself,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
gratitude and whatnot. But
Well, I shouldn't start it with this, but I'm not always like that. In fact, I'm going to say this on here. You know, when I get done with this, I need to go talk to a friend because I wasn't me in a conversation, but I wasn't that person that I want to be, and so I need to apologize, right? I'm human, but I want to bring people in. I want people to feel a part of. Why? Well, because of my story, right? I did not feel my junior high and high school. Junior high was atrocious. I was that scrawny kid, you know, carrot top. We used to call gingers carrot tops, redhead. And my 7th grade year going home every day was just like, I didn't feel a part of. Even in my family, I didn't feel a part of. I didn't feel wanted. And so that's that innate thing in me that I want the opposite, right? I want people to feel a part of. And I remember when I met you, Josh, is like, my sister's going to come, and I had the extra I get excited. I'm like, oh, cool. Come on. I want you to come. And those kind of settings is like, I am kind of that person. I want everyone to feel comfortable. You know, the Seahawks were going to the Super Bowl. And the coolest thing I love about these kind of periods of time with sports teams is it brings people together. Like I'm going to do another Seahawks rally downtown on Saturday. And it's a space and a place where people can come together and just feel together. That's what it's about for me. Because people have done that for me. Even with all my craziness, there have been people, you know, when I rebooted my life, and even in the chaos, there were people along the way. I think of my grandma Hesselwood. I think of my Uncle Gary. Even my mom, who had a lot of struggles and issues. But then in my late 20s, when I rebooted my life, there were people that brought me in. So I want that for others. That's the long-winded answer to your question. And I'll close with this, and then we'll be done. The more of us that do that, imagine the world we could have.
yeah,
Is it always going to be like that? No. Are we gonna trip and fall? Yeah. Are we gonna make mistakes? Yeah. But you know, the unfortunate, crazy time we're living in, I want it to just go away. And I think it'll go away. It'll pass, but it's going to pass by all of us doing the things we've been talking about here. Mutual respect. Being respectful even when you're not getting it back, right? So, anyway. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. You want people to feel seen.
Yeah. Katrina's like that. We were just chatting about her and jazzercise and her becoming a jazzercise instructor. Like that was like just expanded her sunflower. It opened up, right? And seeing that happen, if I can be part of that for someone, I'm all in. If I can be that light for you in some way, shape, or form, let's go.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me. This was really good. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Deep Dive with Dr. D. You can follow me on my other social media channels by clicking the link in the description.